Now, in a perfect world, I would set this up so it'd be side by side. All right, this works. All right, here we are sitting with, at long last, Ben Miner. I know Ben Miner from the greasy world of nightclub comedy, but also from the world of broadcast radio. You've recently, there at SiriusXM, you've had a little bit of a, I don't know, is it a promotion? Is that a fair
No,
term?
no, no, it's a
Yeah,
promotion.
tell the folks your, I don't know, the official handle that you have
So
now.
my official title is I've gone from being a senior producer to I am now manager of comedy, and they've also added sci-fi and gaming to my portfolio, if you
Oh
will.
my.
I'm like the minister of nerdy shit.
Yeah, perfect. You should get that on a business card. SiriusXM give you cards. Ben Miner, Minister of Nerdy Shit.
Yeah, I'd go for that.
Tell me how you got involved in the world of satellite radio. How did you get into get your claws in to SiriusXM
Oh,
and
dude.
shoehorn your way to the top?
Oh, I legitimately did shoehorn myself. I've been hustling since I'm a kid. Like I worked on Tom Green show when I was 16. I've done a bunch of like TV production stuff before that. And my original goal is to be a producer. Then I said as a producer, I should try performing to see what that's like. And then I was like, who needs producing? I just got hooked on stand up. And once I started really taking it seriously, I thought I want to be able to I want stability and I want opportunity and I don't want to sacrifice my comedy. And then when Satellite was coming, they asked all the comics on the Yuck Yucks roster to write a letter in support. I was the only comic to write a letter in support, but also request to speak before the government. And I gave a speech before the CRTC, which wound up getting me coverage in the New York Times. And then they sent a reporter out to my gig in the Maritimes, and I never handed in a resume.
Nice. But
Yeah.
see, this speaks volumes to me. So this is somebody who's coming from a background of, like you said, a little bit of hustle
Mhm.
behind the scenes before you ever got on stage as a comic. You sort of have, it tells me that you have inherently somewhere in your makeup, in your DNA structure, a little bit of entrepreneurialism and a little bit of you got a little bit of fire in the belly to, organize, get stuff moving, because a lot of people in the artistic world, God bless them, and I understand completely that this is how it is for a lot of sort of artistic, is it right-brained thinking people, who they sort of have an inability to file receipts away.
Yep. Yeah, I've never honestly been that great at tracking too much stuff, but I'm good at putting together plans and kind of looking down the road of where I think things are going to be headed, right? Because we both know that not every great comic is great at the administration of a comedy career.
How many comedians would you say that you have interviewed over your career? Because you've been doing this a while now. You've been in the
Yeah,
business
yeah.
of sitting down and yapping it up with comedians in one aspect or another for a long time.
It's been 18 years come this fall. I've been from XM to the merger at SiriusXM, which is unheard of in broadcasting.
How is there any way you could ballpark a number? Like how many
I would
comics you think you've sat
say,
down?
I don't know, close to 1,000, maybe. Yeah.
Who of those thousand or so comedians that you've and I'll recuse myself from this because clearly I would
Yeah.
be the answer. Who have you been most, I don't know if starstruck is even the right term, but yeah, maybe who's the one that sort of is the most, you were a little bit Twitter pated, a little bit agog to be sitting down and talking to?
Man, for interviews, I mean, Roseanne, I know she's a controversial figure now, but she's on my Mount Rushmore. Watching her show growing up was a huge inspiration,
That was
and
such a good sitcom.
it was a perfect sitcom to me. It was the only sitcom that had dirty dishes in the sink, too. This looked like a family that was living. There was stuff in the living
Yeah.
room. And then as I get older, I find out like Norm Macdonald, my favorite, was a writer on it. And you're like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And Roseanne was a big one for me. Cast of Family Guy was pretty
How did that
cool.
chat go, sitting down talking with Roseanne?
I had been tweeting at her for a couple days before in anticipation, and I made a joke saying that my dream casting for my parents in a TV show would be Danny DeVito and Roseanne. And Roseanne tweeted back, "I could totally be your mom." Then her real son started tweeting at me. He's like, "Yeah, she could totally be your mom." I was like, "What is happening right now?" She
You meant
comes to
that
this.
you may have been officially adopted, not even known it.
I'm
Look
going
into
to
it.
claim it. I'm going to claim it. But she came to the studio. She didn't remember that interaction. And I was so nervous. I wore a shirt and tie. I dressed up. I bought flowers to give her. And when she got to the studio, I gave her flowers. She goes, "What's this for?" I said, "Well, I grew up watching your show and I grew up to become a comic. And I think that you've played a large part in my life, whether you know it or not. I want to say thank you." And she said, "You're a comic?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Do you have any pot?" I was like, "Not on me, but I could get some for you."
You're doing the Lord's work. You're out there. You're providing pot to American comedians who are out of country. This is a lovely thing.
I live to give.
Hang on one second. I just thing popped up here that said running out of time.